Let me stop doing weird hand movements. I feel like a mime. Hey everyone, Kyra Elizabeth here and welcome back to my channel Living Life Awkwardly. So today is going to be something a little different. I actually have had a lot of paranormal stuff happen to me. My house is brand new and I don't know why this stuff happens. I've felt these things since I was 5, so I don't know if whatever it is following me, which is a very unsettling thought, or if just maybe it's the land that my house is built on. Who knows? But here are a few things that have happened to me. So starting off, I have always felt that unsettling feeling like someone's watching you. But almost always, when I'm alone, or not even when I'm alone, when I'm with people sometimes, have the most uncomfortable, unsettling feeling that someone is watching me. I don't know. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I have witnesses, and let me get into that. So the first thing that's ever happened to me was when I was, I want to say 7 years old, and I was living in New York at the time because I'm from Long Island. So I was living in my house in New York, and it was just my mom and I home alone. And it was, I want to say, maybe 7 or 8-ish. My dad hadn't come home yet because he was working long hours. It was almost time for him to come home. So mom decided to take a shower. And I was already showered and everything and laying in bed watching something. I think SpongeBob. I don't know. You know when you're little and your, like, pants, like the button is a button and it, like, snaps together? You know what I mean? It's not like the one that you have to put through the loop because we were too young for that. It was literally one that you would just click and like button it. Anyways, I was wearing those pants and I have a habit, and I still do, of leaving my clothes on the bathroom floor. I mean, I put them in the hamper the next morning, but for the night I just leave them on the floor. And that is one of my mom's huge pet peeves. So she always used to take my clothes from the bathroom floor and throw them in my room and be like, Kyra, really, clean this up, put this in the laundry room. So I did see my pants, my blue jeans, fly into the room and land like at the foot of my bed. And I was like waiting to hear my mom like, Kyra, are you serious? And then nothing. And I knew okay, it's the most bizarre. I heard and I saw the pants fly in because I heard the whoosh of air. I heard of them landing on the carpet, and then I heard the button kind of go kind of crazy because it was rattling together. Like it was unsnapped. You know what I mean? So I heard the rattling, the whoosh, like I saw it with my own eyes that a pair of blue jeans fell at the foot of my bed. And I thought it was my mom. So I was waiting like, oh boy, I'm gonna hear from her. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I crawled over to the foot of my bed and looked. Nothing. There was no blue jeans. And I was really confused. And I called my mom's name, and she answered from the bathroom, and I was like, okay, weird. Maybe I'm just really, really tired. So I lay back in my bed, I pull the sheets like close to me, and I'm watching whatever it is on the TV. And then all of a sudden I see something to my left. And it's like from the corner of my eye, because my TV is over here and my doorway is over here. I see something, it's so hard to describe, and it's gonna sound extremely crazy. But I saw a person, but it wasn't a person, you know? It was a whitish, like a fog. Okay, imagine fog. Like, you know how it's like wispy and white, but you could see through it? It was like that, and it was a lady. And she was maybe in her 30s, 40s. She had like dark hair, but it was kind of like lightish over here, so maybe it was gray. And she had a nightgown on, and it was like a nice, pretty, like, not floral, but it had like the little thing right here. It didn't have puffy shoulders. It like went down a little bit, like right maybe over here, like midway on her arm. I'm trying to remember. And she took up a lot of my doorway, so something's telling me that she wasn't standing. I don't know what she was doing, but she like took up almost the whole doorway. And I remember looking at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck is that? I just remember like, who is that? Did someone break into my house? And I look over and she's still fucking there, and I'm just like, what do I do? 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 And I just scream, Mom! And my mom comes running out. Sorry, Mom. She comes running out half naked and is like, what's going on? Like, I was about to get in the shower. I can't breathe. I feel like I'm dying. I'm crying. And she calls my dad and she's just like, I don't know what's wrong with her. You need to come home right now. She said she saw something. There's nothing here. She's freaking me out. I need you to come look at the house. And I was just like, woman, doorway. Like, I don't know who it is. And my mom was just like, what? And I told her I saw a woman in my doorway. And she was just like, no, let's not talk about this ever again. My mom is that kind of person where if something happens, she'll keep it to herself, but when it like starts to break her down, she'll tell me, and then both of us will be freaking out, but we'll just pretend like nothing happened. Not even like talking about all this stuff in my house, because then that's when stuff happens. But I'm doing this video for you guys. Whatever that was, I did not see her again, which I'm thankful for. But also, not to mention, she did resemble I want to say my aunt, which I've never met. She died when my mom was really young. She did resemble her because I've seen her in pictures afterward, and it did kind of look like her, but I don't know. I'm not saying it was her. I don't know who that was. So that was the first incident that happened. So this is not in my house. This happened when I was in middle school, when I was in 8th grade, and I went to, I'm not going to say the school's name. I almost did. But I went to a school here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have witnesses to this as well. We're one. But we were in the cafeteria and we were eating, and it's loud as fuck in the cafeteria. And everyone's sitting down at lunch. No one was allowed to stand up. Like, as soon as you got your lunch and you sat, you needed to stay seated. Unless you like raise your hand and was like, can I go to the bathroom or whatever. But you needed to stay in your seat at all times. That being said, me and my friends are talking, and I was on the end of the table, and then it was me and my friend and then my 2 other friends, and someone, well, it sounded like someone came in between me and my friend and went like, hey, or like something weird, like a man's voice, like saying something. And we like looked at each other and we were like, did you hear that? And our friends were like, no. And we looked at each other and we're like, what was that? Like, what just came in between us? Because she heard it in her right ear and I heard it in my left ear, which was it right in between us. And it sounded like someone was like really close. It was the most bizarre, weirdest thing I've ever experienced. This next incident happened the summer going into my junior year of high school. So I was home alone with my sister and I was babysitting her, and we were downstairs in my house. And all of a sudden I hear footsteps upstairs in my parents' bedroom, which the living room is like right under my parents' bedroom, so like I can hear it like right above me. And it was like doom, 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 like someone walking back and forth in my parents' bedroom, from their bedroom to their bathroom to their bedroom to their bathroom. And I was like, holy fuck. I don't know how, but someone's in my house. Like someone broke into my house. Holy shit. So I grab my sister, I grab her little stroller, I put her in there, I go outside, and I'm walking up and down, keeping an eye on the house. And then I called my boyfriend at the time and I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I think someone broke in my house. I need you to come look. Like, I'm scared. I would, but I have my sister. So he hangs up and he calls his mom. And I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if he was just like messing with me. But apparently he heard a loud bang in his house shortly after. And his mom came home and was like, they were looking throughout their house and they didn't find anything. I don't know if he said that to make me even more scared, or if that really did happen and he heard a loud bang in his house. I don't know. But he called his mom, they rushed him over, he looked around, and absolutely nothing. So I look like I'm crazy. No big deal. And that was one incident that happened. The footsteps continued for the next, I think, 2 years. Still to this day, I hear them. It sounds like someone's walking up to your room and then just stops in your doorway. And like, it sounds like, I look to go be like, hey mom, no one's there. My sister does the same thing. She'll like jump and be like, and then I'll hear her from my room and be like, what's wrong? And she'll be like, oh, I thought I heard someone walking in. And I was like, what? And she's like, I thought I heard someone walking in my room, but no one was there. And I'd just be like, oh, it's nothing. And she was just like, okay. My grandma used to always come up for my birthday, and she would bring my cousin with her, and it would be me and my cousin in my bed, my sister and hers, my parents in theirs, and then my grandma and my grandpa in the guest room. And okay. My freshman year and my sophomore year, I listened to like Asking Alexandria. If you don't know who they are, I don't know, look them up. But there was a song, what was it called? The Prophecy, I think. I don't even remember. I don't listen to songs like that much anymore. I had that song on my iPod, and then I had like Never Shout Never songs or whatever. So I remember I was listening to a Never Shout Never song, probably like Cheater Cheater, Best Friend Eater or something, you know, along those lines. And I went to bed and I charged my iPod because it was dying. And I don't know why or what triggered this, but at 3 a.m., not shitting you, 3 a.m. on the fucking dot, my iPod goes off on the speaker, and it's like Asking Alexandria, the final episode, was that it? I don't even know. Anyways, it was the line, your knife, my back, my gun, your head. Yep, Fast forward all the way to your knife, my back, my gun, your head, and scream it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I know damn sure I was not listening to that before bed. So freaked out and frantic, I jump up and I knock my iPod off the charger, and I'm like, There was a big thud in the attic right after, like shortly after, like I knocked it. My cousin wakes up kind of like out of her sleep and is just like, what? And I'm just like, go back to bed. It's nothing. Just my bad. Like, and I can't explain that. Maybe something faulty in the iPod and it picked a song and fast forward all the way to that point. I don't know. But that happened. My friends that come over to my house know that something is not right with my house. And they'll tell me, I feel really creeped out. I don't want to be here. Can we leave? And that is the worst feeling when your friend tells you that they want to leave your house because they do not feel comfortable. And it's not something that you're doing, it's not something that your family's doing, it's something that's in the atmosphere and that cannot be explained. That is it's just like, I can't do anything about it. And we've tried, but when I was 17, my friend Amanda and I were getting ready to go to a party, and we were going between my bathroom, which is right next to my room, and in the hallway into my room, like changing outfits, putting on makeup. We're home alone. It's about, I want to say 9 o'clock, and my family is at my cousin's house, which is in the same neighborhood as mine. We're walking from my bathroom to my room to my bathroom, and then we meet in the middle in the hallway, and we're talking, and then it got quiet for a split second, and like right when I was gonna say something, we hear a little girl like laugh. I'm not even shitting you guys. I was like, Ariana, which is my little sister's name, I thought my parents had like, I don't know, somehow fucking left her in the house, and it was like pitch black, and I'm like, well, my sister doesn't like the dark, like what the fuck was that? And I was like, Ariana, and I was like calling her name down the hall, nothing. And I look over to go look at Amanda, and she's already on my bed, like, and I was like, oh fuck, like shit, I'm gonna die. So I run after her, I shut my door, I lock it, I jump on the bed, and I call my mom, and I'm like, are you guys home? Please tell me you're home. And she's like, no, we left like 30 minutes ago, what are you talking about? And I was like, well then you need to come home right now, because we heard something. And she was like, what did you hear? And I was just like, just come home now, please. Just come home now, I'm scared. So she comes home, is like, what's going on? And we're like, Mom, we just heard a little girl laugh. And she was just like, no you didn't, you did not hear a little girl laugh. And we're like, no, you're gonna stay here until we're ready to go. Then we're all gonna leave together holding hands because we're not fucking with this shit. The next thing that happened was last year. I think last year or 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I have a pair of flower earrings that I got from Forever 21. And those are my favorite for a long time, so I'm going to constantly wear them. So my mom was trying to put my things away to make it a little bit neater because I'm very messy in the mornings when I get ready. And she saw one of my flower earrings, and then she went to go put it away in my little jewelry box. And then she looked for the other one and she couldn't find it. And she was like, okay, well it's gonna be on here somewhere, maybe it fell on the floor. She looked on the floor, nothing. She looked again on the counter, nothing. She went in the closet behind her, which is like the linen closet, And she turned around, and there the earring was, right in front of her on my white counter. Like, if she would have missed it, it would have been really hard to miss since I have a white counter, you know? Like a pure, like as white as this, my counter. So the fact that she saw one of my earrings, put it away, and was like, okay, where's the other one? Not here, not on the floor, whatever, turns around, and then it's right there in front of her. She like started crying and started tearing up. Something that recently happened, I want to say 3 months ago, around 3 months ago, I was in my room with my friend Sandy, and we were like listening to music. I was messing around. I was dancing, and she filmed a video of me. And you see like these little orb things, and like, I mean, it could be dust, who knows. It's just really weird what happens after. So we like look at it and we're like laughing. I'm like, oh, look at idiots. Like, it's so funny. And I'm like, wait, what is that? And then I'm like, oh, whoa, what is that? You see like multiple of them. Like, that's really weird. And then as I'm looking at it, and I like stop the music, and I'm looking at the phone, like focusing on like, what is this? Is it dust? You know? And she grabs me and she goes, do you hear that? And I was like, what? And she goes, I just heard a high-pitched scream as if it was like right outside, like outside my door. And I was just like, no? Are you sure? And she was like, Kyra, we need to go. And I was just like, what? She goes, no, I have a really bad feeling. And then I started freaking out, like 0 to 100 real fast. The fact that I didn't hear that was so overwhelming, because I was like, I didn't hear anything. She was like, we need to go right now, like we need to go. And like we like ran out of my house and we just left. But if you want a part 2 to this video, comment down below your paranormal experiences maybe. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for some more storytime videos. Bye guys!